Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Kal Halalim, Wahwad La, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. Double honor goes out to the venerable apostles of the Great Millstone GMS, who rule well and who teach well, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing, so Father willing, this lesson is edifying. See what I was saying? Russia announces that they tested their latest state-of-the-art ICBM, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. Okay, now this is an article from RT.com, and this was put up very recently, published on the 12th of May 2026. Okay, the year of sellouts, apostates, and agents. Russia test fires state-of-the-art ICBM video. The RS-28 Sarmat is the most powerful weapon of its kind, capable of bypassing any missile defenses, President Vladimir Putin has said. Okay. See, we're in a time of war, man, not a time of peace. Okay. And I'll put the link to this news article in the description box beneath as well. Okay. So, yeah, man, we're excited to see this yapper stuff, man. All right. And before I go further, let's go to the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 16, which reads, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Ultimately, these missiles belong to the Most High. He put the spirit upon them nuclear scientists to create these missiles, these madmen, facts, right? So that they could be used for the Lord's judgment, facts, all right? Let's go to Prophet Malachi chapter 4. We'll start at the top, verse 1. And it reads, For, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Okay. What can burn as an oven? Thermonuclear fire. Okay. See, so judgment is being prepared for the wicked, beginning with E, right? The Caucasian man. They are the wicked man. Okay, they control the earth, right? Starting with the wealthy, rich, top elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, etc. All right, they rule this whole planet in wickedness. Okay, they're baby eaters and blood drinkers. Facts. All right, they got to be put down once and for all. So Bible prophecy is surely speaking. All right. Let's get into the article a bit. The Russian military has successfully tested the advanced RS-28 Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile. The commander of the Strategic Missile Troops, General Sergei Karakev, has reported to President Vladimir Putin the development would allow the military to equip the 1st Missile Regiment with the new weapon systems by the end of the year, Karakev said. The liquid-fueled heavy RS-28 Sarmat is designed to replace the world's most powerful silo-based missile, the RS-20V. All right, SS-18 Satan according to NATO classification. It is believed to be able to carry up to 10 heavy warheads with multiple re-entry capability. Wow. Okay. So yeah, things are underway, man. All right. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 7. Start at verse 11. It rhymes. God judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. Yeah, the Most High is vexed with E every day. And of course, wicked people in general, especially 2/3 of you Israelites in Babylon the Great, who still trust in this evil society, who still trust, all right, you know, in you know, in your government, okay, trying to establish yourself here when it's clearly on its way out. Babylon the Great, America circling the drain. Fire is coming, man. Okay. In fact, because this destruction is coming. Facts. All right. Missiles are going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other. Okay. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 4, and it reads, "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever." So the whole world will not be completely destroyed. All right? The whole entire planet will not be destroyed. Okay? Wicked people in it will be destroyed, but not the whole earth. Okay? Because the earth abides forever. So back to Psalms chapter 7, and we will read verse 12. And it reads, "If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready." Okay? See, the Lord made these nuclear missiles ready, right, by placing his spirit on these scientists to develop them, right? Okay? And preparing these military personnel who will eventually push that button. Yeah? Yeah, so these devils are sharpening their sword. Okay? So things are underway. Verse 13, "He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors." Who is the persecutor? Take a guess. That's E. Self-proclaimed so-called Whiteman. Spell that out and pronounce it slowly. All right? He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Yeah. Ordaineth his arrows. When Prophet Jeremiah and Prophet Isaiah, all right, John the Revelator, okay, when they spoke of the end times, which we are definitely in, they had to use the terminology of their time. Of course, intercontinental ballistic missile didn't exist back then. Okay. So that's why when you read a verse, all right, when it speaks about arrows, all right, you need to understand the context and be spiritual about it. Okay. Because these are modern day arrows. Of course, you can't take a regular arrow and shoot that from the UK to Australia. Can't even go to the next city. So it's obviously talking about a futuristic nuclear weapon that's capable of going so far, all right, extremely far. Yeah. Verse 14, "Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood." See that? That's E written all over it. That's E all over the man of sin. He's condemned from the top nobility on down to the simplest redneck tramp. Oh, and this pestilence, hantavirus, yeah? Because the L-downs are coming, okay? Just need that perfect crisis, all right? But the hantavirus, the word, when you go into it, it means fraud, scam, hoax, lie, okay? It's a colloquial, informal term used to dismiss a story or claim something as complete rubbish or fake. See, it's going to be like the C-19 over again, all right? But it's going to be worse. Oh, and by the way, Moderna are already developing a hantavirus vaccine. That's in the works. You see? Meanwhile, the river Euphrates is drying up. Okay? But yeah, these devils, man, they create the problem and then come up with the so-called solution. They've been planning this. It's not just done overnight. Okay? Oh, and off topic, yeah, Michael Jackson was saving kids from Epstein Island. It's been proven. Okay? But yeah, behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. Yeah, man, deceit. That's what the JJs are all about. Okay, deception. Let's get the word for falsehood in the Hebrew. Strong H8267 concordance number. And the word is, I believe it's shakwa, right? Meaning, yeah, lie, deception, disappointment, falsehood. Deception, what deceives or disappoints or betrays one. Deceit, fraud, wrong, fraudulently. Falsehood, man. False tongue. Yeah, speaking lies. He's there saying, oh, oh, look at the IQ what we have, all right? Supposedly has a high IQ. That's a joke, man. That's a fraud. Really, E has a low IQ. Okay. Legalized. the LGBTQ type of lifestyle. Backwards, man. But has a high IQ. Come on, man. Yeah. Verse 15. He made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which he made. Yeah. They glory themselves with the, nuclear weapons and brag about it. Okay. But it's a pit that they've put themselves into. Okay. It's to their downfall. Dig their own pit for their own fall, for their own demise. Okay. His blessing will be his own curse, right? Because this devil's blessed with a sword, right? He will ultimately be destroyed, right? With thermonuclear fire, these missiles. All right. See if we can get a precept. Yep, Job chapter 15, verse 35 reads, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. See? Whole hantavirus thing, amongst many things. Okay. More lies and, that they're spreading, right? And propaganda too. Okay. Let's go back to Psalm chapter 7 and verse 17. And it reads, I will praise the Lord Yahweh according to his righteousness and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. That's right. We magnify his name, right? And give the Lord glory. But you see, we know what this comes down to. Okay. Going back to the article. Okay. So yeah. World War III is prophesied in the Bible. Bible prophecy speaking volumes. Right? And it's very close. Just waiting for that MOTB to be mandated globally first. The RFID micro C-HIP. Okay. According to Karakev, the new missile system demonstrated capabilities exceeding those of its predecessor, primarily in terms of its range and payload. Its onboard systems also allow it to securely penetrate the existing and emerging missile defense systems, the general said. Putin congratulated the military on the successful test, calling Sarmat the most powerful missile system in the world. According to the president, it is capable of delivering a payload 4 times bigger than that of any Western missile. It also has a range of over 35,000 kilometers and is twice as precise as its predecessor, he added. Right, I put 35,000 kilometers in miles quickly in ChatGPT. See how much this is. Approximately 21,748 miles. See that? Yeah. This is where we are, man. I think with things, man. Okay. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter. This is in the Apocrypha. 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 30. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right. So America will be annihilated, right? And that's the end of Esau Edom's rulership. Okay. Don't forget, you're gonna have high concentrated laser beams coming from the so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Lord. Okay. See, America is his chief headquarters of right? Is of his kingdom where his power lies. Okay. Modern day Bosra. Okay. And the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai will be in those missiles to hit America. All right. And they will not collide with one another either. They will land on their intended target accurately. See, this devil has mismanaged the earth, man. He needs to be put down for good. And he will. All right. You got so much things happening, right? Many more scriptures can be brought out, okay? But all of this is edifying to the Most High's, elect lambs, the sheep. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Because this is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. And it reads, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. See that? Little scripture. Okay. Can't escape the judgment of the Lord. Verse 40. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. All right. If I whet, this word whet, W-H-E-E-T, means to sharpen. All right. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. Let's look at the word whet. See what it says. To sharpen, whet, to sharpen. Yeah. To be pierced. Okay. But what's that glittering sword? That he's talking about the intercontinental ballistic missile. All right. Get the word glittering as well. Lightning flashes of a flashing arrowhead. Come on. All right. Flashing arrowhead. Nuclear missiles. And from a long distance, they do look like lightning flashing. All right. Verse 42. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, for the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Okay. The Lord's arrows. Yeah, man. It's his. Verse 43. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. Okay. Who are the Most High's people and his servants? The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelite foreign speckled bird, scattered all over the world. All right. You see, the Lord is doing this for his elect first. They will receive this. All right. 2/3 will be put down, right, in Babylon the Great. Okay. And will render vengeance to his adversaries and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. Okay. Yeah. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8 reads, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, America, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right, 66.6% is the percentage, right, of you Israelites in Babylon the Great that's going to be cut off. All right. Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will 1/3, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua is my power. Yeah. 2/3 will be melted. Okay. And the elect will be brought through. The elect is only going to make it out of Babylon the Great, and also the chariots are going to beam up the rest of the elect members in other parts of the world too. Right? But no heathen, no that's living on the shores of America will make it. Of course. Salvation is not for them, no way. Alright? And if you're not part of the elect of the nation of Israel, so if you're an Israelite and you're not of the elect in Babylon the Great, then you're part of the 2/3 crew. Alright? Get this last precept and leave there. Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 20. Start 19, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem. Verse 20, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah. Yeah, smacked up, man. Facts. Melted. Okay. Babylon the Great. If you take that seat, you'd be doomed. Simple as that. So yeah, I'll put this news article in the description box below. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the Most High's elect. Wa Abad Babal.